What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel today. Welcome back to another episode of the San Francisco Giants franchise here on MLB The Show 21 on Next Gen. I can't wait to get into it today. We have a couple of nice, exciting things to talk about in today's video, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing that I want to talk about in today's video is a couple of basically re-signings or contract extensions that we have put through. Now, we have quite a few players up for contract extensions that are getting up there in age. A lot of these guys actually have renewable contracts, guys like Tyler Rogers and whatnot, so we are probably going to be essentially just renewing contracts on some of these guys to keep our costs down, but as well, I think guys like Brandon Belt and Donovan Solano might exit to free agency, because if you guys take a look at Brandon Belt, for example, whenever we go to make him an offer, he's just simply not interested even at the base rate of what he's asking for. So he's probably just going to test free agency, unfortunately. However, we did re-sign a couple of important players to contracts. We were able to get Buster Posey back on a 2-year, $30 million deal. This was a nice balance, I think, between what I wanted and what he wanted. So he wanted quite a bit of money. He wanted it over 4 years. We decided, that's a little bit too long for a 34-year-old player. He is still really good and performing really well. So we'll come in on a 2-year deal, and we'll still give you a pretty fair value for what your production is at $15 million a year. So I think we got a real reasonable deal there done for Buster Posey. And then on top of that, we also brought back Mike Yastrzemski. I know that is a player that we had kind of talked a little bit about whether we should bring him back or not, and I thought we got him on a really inexpensive deal, primarily because he was also up for like arbitration and whatnot. So we were able to get him for a real cheap price, and we front loaded that deal so that by the time we are, super competitive, he's going to be on a super cheap deal for us. I can't believe we were able to get him on such a nice contract, but I will take it. 82 overall B potential, signed to about $1.2, $1.3 million per year, so that's really nice for us as well. And then our final re-signing here was for Reyes Maranta, 28-year-old, 78 overall relief pitcher, playing really well for us this season. You guys can see he's getting some nice bonuses to his stats, so he could be really good for this bullpen. And we signed him to a 2-year, $4 million deal, $2 million per year, so I would say pretty reasonable for him as well, especially for a guy that's going to really kind of headline our bullpen for a while. And then we also have to talk about a couple of roster promotions here. We already mentioned in the last video that we were going to have Jojo Romero be a starting pitcher. We'll talk a little bit more about him. You can see his stats are really nice so far. But as well, on the pitching side of things, we brought up Caleb Berriger. And the reason for this is he was excelling at the AAA level. So we're going to go ahead and give him a shot at the age of 26 years old to be the closer. He has already, to this point, and we'll talk about this a little bit more later, pitched 3 shutout innings or 3 scoreless innings in the closer role. So he's going to be really good for us, I think. He has 3 saves already on the season, and I like what I see out of him. Second baseman Jahmai Jones is back down in AAA. Tommy La Stella came back off of injury, so he's going to be sitting with the major league team for right now, and Jahmai Jones is going to be down in the minor leagues. And then in left field, we actually decided to go with Lamont Wade Jr., bringing him up to the major leagues. He was doing all right in the minors, but I figure, with his age and everything, it's kind of now or never for a guy like this. So let's give him a shot now. He's 27 years old. He's been around for a while. Let's give him a shot. He can go back down if he needs to, if he needs some more time to develop his bat or anything like that. But he's a pretty solid defender, and I think that he has the well-rounded offensive capability to develop into a nice offensive talent for us. And then, unfortunately, headlining our injury list right now is Aristides Aquino, getting injured and tearing his ACL, I believe it is. So he's pretty much going to be out for the rest of the season. I mean, he's going to be down and out for the count, so that's a big loss there. And that's what drove the call-up of Lamont Wade Jr. So unfortunate there to see a guy like that go down, but he just adds to a basically kind of full injured list so far. Right now, we've only got 3 guys on it, but 3 guys that are on the long-term IL in Aquino, Hiel, and then Johnson. But not too bad right now with injuries, although I would expect more to come as the season progresses onward. Just a quick update in terms of our draft class. We did sign all of these guys to a 1-year contract, and we got them all at pretty reasonable prices. So we will be looking forward to adding these 6 players to our roster in the coming year. And now we take a look at where we left off within the last video at the end of July. We did play actually quite a few games here. I've actually kind of been jumping in and out of these games and simulating playing, all that type of stuff. We will get you a little bit of gameplay in today's video, but it really all kind of started off here with Jojo Romero on August 6th against Milwaukee. He actually did a fantastic job, and it's crazy to talk about this because this guy threw essentially a shutout, and well, not even essentially a shutout. This dude threw a full game shutout, 9 innings pitched for his first MLB game, 3 hits allowed, 1 base on balls, and 11 strikeouts. So this guy played absolutely phenomenally, and honestly, I think that kind of play sparked a little bit of a winning streak here for this team. So we are now sitting at 60-54. We're 2 games out of the wild card. We're pretty far back in the division, so there's no hope of us winning the division at this point. But if these prospects pay out, if these guys start to come together as a team and some of these guys start to develop, this team is looking really good. Or not really good, but really good for the future. They look like they could maybe compete for a wild card spot this year. I'm not going to complain about that, especially after some of the moves we made to trade away some of the veterans that were overperforming and whatnot. But that one was a really nice standout performance for us. And then in a couple of these games, I think against Milwaukee here, against Milwaukee in this game, and then maybe it was against Arizona here. Those were Berriger's first 3 outings as a closing pitcher, and in all 3 of those he was able to come away with the save against top teams here, against Arizona, who's got a lot of really nice bats, and then Milwaukee, who is a really good team, at least in the game. Their record doesn't necessarily show it right now. Our record is kind of better than theirs, especially after sweeping them, but really nice where we're at right now after sweeping them. And then I think we're going to jump into this game today. We have Jojo Romero on the mound again, so I'm looking forward to that and seeing what he can do once again for us. All right, we're going to hop in here in the first inning. Hopefully the game commentary and things like that aren't too loud in the background, but let's see what we can do with Jojo Romero here in the first inning. He's coming in hot already. You guys can see he has that kind of filled up meter there, that filled up accuracy meter. Unfortunately, I missed the first pitch, so that's not going to count, and that's going to be a big hit to start off the game. See if we can't get our way out of this. I think we should be able to. Decent throw there from left field, kind of a triple hopper there. But to start off the game, not looking good. Not looking the same as in our last appearance. Nice sinker there to start off the at-bat. Let's try to work our way out of this. There's a nice play by the first baseman. Flips it to the pitcher and gets the out. Good first out there. Was a little bit close for comfort, if you ask me.
From the stretch, Charlie Blackmon comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, the key for him on the mound is to keep the ball down. Certainly, hollow of the knee or lower. Sinker changeup guy.
No matter what happens, I feel like Blackmon always does a good job of hitting against me. I'm hoping that he doesn't. There we go. Another strikeout, or rather first strikeout of the game. So I'll take 2 outs. And then we got Trevor Story up to bat. Trevor Story, no slouch himself, so tough part of the order here, obviously, starting off the game against basically the good part of their order. Nice job there to pitch him outside of the zone. It looks like we might be able to catch him swinging, so let's go with a sinker down and in. Might be good enough to get him to swing, not quite. And I think changeup is in my mind soon here. There we go, fastball up. And then I think if we hit him with a changeup here, we might be able to get him. Nope, not swinging on that. Hoping we can get him to ground out or something at least. He is not swinging at anything down in the zone. Ooh, and that'll walk him. That's fine. I'll walk Trevor Story. I know he's only batting .235 right now, but if there's anybody to be scared of on this team, Trevor Story, Charlie Blackmon, those are the guys you want to watch out for.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
And now this is
Hung
foul
that
tip at the
changeup,
plate,
lucky
and
to
that
get away
appeared
with
to catch
that
a
one,
lot
I'd
of the
say.
home plate
Let's go
umpiring
ahead
in
with the
process.
slider.
Hope
Might
he's
be able
all
to get
right
him on
now.
that action, and there we
Swing
go. A
and a
nice
miss as he
strikeout. You guys
chased
can
with 2
see that
strikes,
beautiful
and
stuff
that will
that
retire
Romero
the side.
has. You know, he
2
has
left
that
for
strikeout
Colorado.
capability.
Now
He's a
it'll be the
lefty. I
Giants'
love the
turn.
fact that
No
we have a
score.
lefty in the rotation here. Really looking forward to what he can do for this team. You guys
Ready
can
now
see it
is
early
Tyro
there,
Estrada.
how
He'll lead
good he
things
can
off
be.
here in the
Now
bottom
we got
half of the
hot
first.
Tyro Estrada up to bat, batting 353. And
Swing
they
and a
pitch us
liner.
right down the middle. He's going to get a hit right
Gets
out of the
down, and
gates.
he's
This could
got
be a
himself
great
a
game
base
for
hit.
us, guys.
Just an unbelievable piece of hitting right there. Staying on the inner half of that
And let's see what we
baseball
can do
right
in our
there,
first at-bat with
staying
Lamont
to it
Wade
and
Jr. Hopefully
through
we
it,
can at
not
least
coming
advance the
around it,
runner.
and able to drive it the
Slider
other
there,
way
going to get
for a
us
base hit.
swinging.
These
Good pitch
Rockies
just
guys,
outside of the
they've had
zone.
a pretty rough go of it of late, and that's being kind. They come in losers of 8 in a row.
Yeah,
That's going
they're
to
gonna
bat
find
into a double
any
play.
way
He
to
got
get
good
themselves out of
contact
this
on it.
current losing
I like
streak.
what I could
Then they're
maybe
gonna
see
have
out of
to
Lamont Wade. He
downshift
has
a little
enough
bit.
power to drive
Do
the
the
ball
little
into the
things
gap.
right. Play
Not just
fundamentally
purely a
sound.
contact hitter or
Play
anything
good
like that. Like I
defense.
said,
Turn
whenever
double
we were
plays.
kind of
Don't
reviewing
get the
things,
other
he's
team
more of
extra
a
outs. And then
balanced type
somebody
of
hit a
player,
gapper in a big
but
spot and
unfortunate
let
at-bat there for
everybody
Lamont
relax a
Wade to
little
start
bit.
off the game.
This Raimel Tapia, he'll open it
Now
up
we're
in
going to
the
be back up
Colorado
here in the
6th.
The old
top of the
adage,
6th
pitching
inning
and
against the
defense
top
have
of the
been
lineup
stellar so
again.
far. They've
Looking
certainly
for some
kept both
payback
offenses
against
in
Tapia
check.
here, who got a nice
Ready to
double
deliver.
early in the
Here
game
comes the
against
first
us.
pitch.
Unfortunately, not getting any
Grounder
run
down the line
support
at
so far
third.
today. So this is a
foul.
close one,
It's
0-0
0-1.
ball game. But you know, we keep pounding the zone with
Belted
Romero,
high
and it's
deep
working.
into right center.
That
The
looks
ball
like that
gets
could
carrying.
travel for a home run. It's
But
going to
we
stay
won't
in the
have a
park.
play. This is down
Let's
and
try to
into the
get this
gap.
one
And
in
this'll get all the way to the wall
to
now.
somebody.
Tapia takes the
Oh,
throw to
that's going to
third.
score.
He
That's an
wants it
inside the park
all.
home run. Are you kidding me?
He's safe at the
Oh my
plate as they
gosh.
take the
How are we
lead.
going to give up a run on an inside the park home run? Clearly, we need to get some faster outfielders up here to the major leagues. Tapia does have that nice speed, though. Unfortunate ball given up there.
Here's Chris Owings now. As the first pitch to him
Basically,
runs a bit
that falls
inside
on
for
the
ball
outfield.
1.
I know that
He's
Romero
working
gave
on
up the
1
hit,
for 2 games so far.
but you can't afford to allow an
He won't
inside the
bite
park
at that
home
one
run like
either.
that,
It's
and
2-0.
that could be that
If
could
you're on the
start a
mound right
slide
here,
here
you
for
gotta trust
Romero
your catcher
late
and
in this game.
execute.
Hopefully
You
not.
know who's coming up to the plate.
3-0 to him now.
Not doing a good job of pitching
Into the
inside of the
windup
zone right
and
now,
the pitch.
unfortunately.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the game, when guys get count leverage and take fastballs. It's a
3-2
game of
count.
fastballs.
I have no
Calibrate
idea what pitch
everything
I
off
just
the heater.
selected. I think I selected
Surprising take
X,
right there.
so hopefully sinker.
And he lost
Oh,
it
and I
on
thought I caught the
3-2
corner
as
of the
that
zone
pitch
just
misses. It's ball
outside.
4.
This could be a bad inning, so
And
let me go
that'll
ahead and
bring
get
in Charlie
somebody ready in the
Blackmon. He
bullpen.
struck out and flied out.
Close
0 for 2
game,
so
so
far.
I think maybe a Tyler Rogers could be warranted. We'll stretch and toss Brebbia just in case.
Here's the first pitch. As he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball 1.
All right, at a certain point here, we just have to go after him.
Fastball,
And we hit
that
him.
ran in
Crap.
and drilled him.
Oh, well, Charlie
Jonathan Daza
Blackmon
now
takes the
in run at
injury
first
there. That's
base
kind of
following the
unfortunate for
injury.
them. Although I'm not
Trevor Story started to go
not
around,
unhappy
but
that
it's a
he's
called
out of the
strike,
lineup.
0-1.
Hey, 2 options if you're
All right,
standing
we got
on
our
the
man
bump right
swinging.
now.
He's swinging
Have
at
to
these
find a way to
fastballs.
punch
I
this
think
guy's
maybe if I
ticket
go
or
slider
roll a double
action
play.
down and in, we can get him to swing at it.
A ball and 2
Oh,
strikes
man,
now.
give me that call.
That's
Come
a
on.
great take right there. You knew
We
the
should have
pitcher
had
was
that
gonna
one.
try and expand the zone 0-2 in a big spot. and he
Man,
was
we're
able to
getting real
spit
close
that
on
one.
the zone
Hopefully
here.
he
Let me
gets
go with
something
another
harder to
slider.
plate this pitch.
And this
This guy
misses,
doesn't
so
want to
that'll
swing.
fill the count at 3-2.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here from down in the count 0-2.
Great
Worked the
pitch. Get it
count
to
back
second base.
3-2, and
Double
he's
play.
seen a lot of pitches,
Beautiful.
too.
The
We
relay
actually
back
might
to
have been
the
able to
pitcher
get to
covering
third
in time to
and get
double him up.
the guy at third out, but then it
Next
might
to
have only
hit
been a
is
single.
CJ Cron. He was
I
sat
think we're
down
going to
on
be able to get
strikes
out of
in
this
his
inning
last at
pretty
bat.
much
No balls
unscathed.
and 1 strike. 1-1 to the
Ooh, close on
Rockies'
that
first
fastball.
baseman. 2 balls
That's the
and a
thing I
strike
love
to
about
CJ
Romero.
Cron.
Not only does he
Strikeouts
have
early in
really
the
good
game,
break
he's
on
done a
his
much
pitches,
better job of
but
this
he
at
also
bat,
has
trying to get
fantastic
ahead and
velocity.
put
I mean,
himself
this
in a
guy
good
can
hitter's
put
mound.
a
3-1
really
to him
fast
now.
pitch into the zone.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a
You
slider
guys can
breaking
see we are
down
having a
in.
bit of a command issue.
Catch it way out front.
Not
I
the end
like
of the world.
idea of taking
I'm
it
okay
and
walking a
making
batter
pitch
there.
and bring you something
Sets
a
up
little
for
more
a play at second base.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch hit in the
You just
air
can't
down the
afford
right
to give
field
up a
line.
home run.
Runners on
We are going to
first
pitch him
third,
up and in
two
here.
away.
Hopefully we can... Man, we need him to get... We need somebody to start swinging
He's
here.
already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to
All right.
find the strike zone.
He is getting tired.
Here's the 2-1. 3-1 now as that misses down and
We're
in.
fine. I'm going to go ahead and do a mound visit here just to be safe. We might be able to buy some time for our bullpen if we walk the bases loaded. That's
Now
okay.
time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Hit out to
Nice
second.
pitch. That should be enough to get the out.
On to
Good
first,
play.
and that'll do
We
it
get
as
out of
they
that
manage
6th
to
inning. We
not let
survive. I'm
Jonathan
okay with that.
Mendoza will stick
1 run
around
given
as
up
he'll
through
take over in
6.
right
That's all
field.
right. I'll take that all day long.
New inning set to get underway.
And we're back
that'll
here
bring
in the
the
9th
veteran
inning. We
catcher,
got
Elias
2
Diaz.
solo shot home runs, 1 out of Yastrzemski and 1 out of Mauricio Dubon, I believe. We'll review that at the end of the game, but we are bringing in Caleb Berriger here in the 9th inning to try to close this one out. We are up 2-1, and you guys will get to see a little bit about the new guy, the new closer, or the future closer, as I like to call him, going up against 6, 7, and 8. And, you know, couldn't be a better situation for him to go up against the bottom of the order. Hopefully this works out well for him. Let's see what he can do. Ooh, and he's gonna tie the ball game. Unfortunately, Berriger gonna give up a home run on the curveball. I don't even think he hung that one. The guy just did a good job of getting underneath of it. Nope, he did hang it. That's unfortunate. Let's see what he can do the rest of this inning. Hopefully he can keep this from being a loss. We are at the top of the 9th, so we do still have a half an inning in case we need to bounce back. But first run given up by Berriger, I can't be all that upset about it. Kind of on me for hanging that curveball. How are they going to say he didn't go around on that one? That is absolutely crazy. Wow, he made contact with that curveball. This curveball doesn't necessarily go where I want it to, so unfortunately for that, you know, we're not really getting the placement with that curveball, which is kind of crucial to getting strikeouts here with Berriger.
And he fouls this one off.
Yeah, this might be a struggle of an inning here for him. We might have to bring in the veteran closer, Jake McGee.
To 2 balls and 2
Yeah,
strikes
he's
now.
having a rough go of it.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Full count now. Now the 3-2 pitch. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Hit sharply on the
Okay,
ground.
we'll be able to make that play.
Reined in.
That'll be 1 out.
On to first, so
Just
a
got to
good
get through
bounce
2
back
more
pitch
outs here,
there as he
Berriger.
gets
Come
the
on.
ground ball for the first
1
out.
run let up through 9 innings pitched is
Brendan
not that
Rodgers
bad.
bats
Or,
next.
well, I guess he
Comes in
doesn't
0
have
for
9
2
innings
thus
pitched. He
far.
has 3.
No balls and a strike to count.
And, you know, he has the stamina of a starting pitcher, so he can technically stay in the game, and they're going to score another home run off of him. That's probably going to do it for us today, and we might have to change pitchers. Unfortunately, Berriger giving up these runs, you know, that fastball was up and in. Not really a bad fastball, but unfortunately they get a hold of it. And Berriger's probably going to get the loss on this game. We do have that. We have the bottom of the 9th to see if we can do something, but man, it's tough against this pitching that we've been facing today.
Get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2. And another foul ball. Another 0-2 home. Another one sent foul. Fastball at the letters, and he turns on it, hits it high and deep out to center field, and that is off the wall. And he'll reach second now with 1 away.
Well, one thing's for certain. That makes the manager look like a genius right there. He calls on him to pinch hit, hoping for any kind of spark, and he gives him a little bit more than that, blasting a double that almost leaves the ballpark. Big
Come
innings
on,
often start with
strike out
innings
top,
like
yeah.
this.
Swing,
Oh
line
my
drive.
goodness, that's
gotta
another
be
one into the
trouble.
gap. This is going to be a tough way to lose this one. Our outfield is rough. They are slow. We need to get some speed onto this team and fast. That's going to be a big problem for us. When these balls get hit into the gaps, we have like no hope of getting to them. And with that being said, I'm going to have to go into the bullpen and put Tyler Rogers into the game.
does, and it makes
and
your
have
pitcher
him
go out
finish
there with
off
a
this
little bit
half inning
more
for
free
us.
and easy frame.
Strike, here it comes. Now a swing,
That
and
could
he
do it.
pops him up.
Oh
And this should
no,
do
it
it.
wasn't blooped
He'll
far
make the
enough.
catch to
Unfortunately, we're
put
going
an
to go down
end to this
4-2 in
and
this
the
one.
Rockies
Tough
have
way to end
finally
that
found
game.
their way back into the win
Berger
column as
kind
this
of
ball
hurt
game is
himself
over.
there at the end,
4-2 the
unfortunately, so
final
he's
score
going to get the
today.
loss
The
with
Colorado
3 earned
Rockies
runs in
came through when
a
it
partial
mattered
inning
in the
pitched.
ninth on the way to
Going
the
down
win.
4-2,
Gigi
but we are on a hot
Gonzalez.
streak, as I mentioned, so maybe we do have a shot at a wild card spot here. We'll go ahead and simulate a little bit more through the month of August here and see what happens. And unfortunately, towards the end of the month of August here, things took kind of a sour turn, getting a big losing streak between the Mets games, the Braves, and Milwaukee. So we're going into the month of September on a pretty rough note at 65 and 67. In terms of the NL wildcard, we are 8 games back right now, so we would need to have a really nice push in the month of September to get something done. I really don't see that happening. We're really just looking to develop the guys that we have now and kind of work out our contract situations and stuff like that. But, we'll keep you guys posted as things roll in. And unfortunately, we have experienced a couple of more major injuries during the season. So third baseman Jacob Gonzalez, who is actually batting really well down here in Double A, was batting .296. Unfortunately, he suffers a 6+ month dislocated ankle. I'm not sure how a dislocated ankle results in an injury that lasts that long. I've never heard of that in my life, but hey, he got a crazy injury there. And then we had a broken leg for Mitchell Tolman, unfortunately, the second baseman out here. 1 to 2 months for a broken leg, and that's adding to the fractured hand for Bryce Johnson and the torn ACL for Aristides Aquino. A couple of unfortunate injuries there that are going to result in us having to move a couple of guys up and down within the organization, but let's see how things end within the season in the next episode. I think that's going to do it for today. Nice little recap video for us and a little bit of gameplay for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully we can get through this season, and then next season, once we have more prospect availability and stuff like that, we'll really start dialing it in and playing some of these games and getting you guys more gameplay product. And we'll see what happens, as we move forward. So, leave a like on the video if you do like it. Subscribe to the channel for more to keep watching the series as well, and comment down below what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a good one.